Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Kyle and I make reactions to movies and TV shows. So we are back with another episode of Hannibal. If you may not be able to tell, I guess it depends on when I put these reactions up. I am fresh off of Pandorum, fresh off of a great episode of X-Files, and I'm keeping up the streak. I'm going straight into an episode of Hannibal and seeing where our goofy psycho serial killer takes us today. Who will he kill? Who will he gaslight? How will Will react? Time will tell. But yeah, last episode was visually quite stunning with the totem pole of people. Will is certifiably losing it. Like, dude is seriously not doing well. But that being said, I've come to root for Hannibal. I know I said I wouldn't. I know. I'm not rooting for him. I just don't think that I'm ever going to root for a serial killer, guys. I can hear it in my head. Oh, he did this to Alana when he pushed her head into the brick at episode 3. I could never possibly root for him. Well, guess what, guys? I'm a big old hypocrite. So there's that. Let's see what stuff Hannibal is going to get up to today. And yeah, if you would like to full version will be in the description. Let's get to eating, people!
I'm your friend, Will. I don't care about the life you save. I care about your life. Your life is separating from reality.
You know, I never actually thought I would say it, but I think that Hannibal cares about Will. Like, legitimately cares about him. Greenwood, Delaware. I am very interested in seeing how that care manifests itself in Hannibal. I'm just saying, I think he does. Oh, you're gonna die. I don't know how yet, but you're gonna die. It's a nice house. Oh. Holy crap, is your entire ceiling about to cave in on you? You might want to find the water main, now. You're taking your good old time. Oh, never mind, because it's not coming from a pipe. What are those? Footprints? Santa Claus? Krampus? Rudolph has gone on a killing spree? Oh no. It's gonna grab, it's gonna reach out from underneath the bed. Girl, why are you still in this room?
Abigail Hobbs ended Nicholas Boyle. Like a burst balloon.
And now you know that.
You're grieving, Will. Not for the life you have taken, but for the life that was taken from you.
We lied for her.
And it's clearly eating you up inside.
We know the unreality of taking a life. Do you feel alive, Will?
I feel like I'm fading.
I'd like you to draw a clock face.
Why?
Yeah.
An exercise.
Is this a reality check? Is he trying to see if, he's dreaming?
My name is Will Graham.
I know you're alive.
Oh. Crap, he is really out of it. This will be a test for Hannibal. Because, clearly Hannibal, if he really does care about him, he'll push him to get out of the field. Oh, he caught some fishes. It's good that he has some kind of hobby outside of, pretending to kill people. Although, the fact that you also chose a hobby where you're dismembering something maybe not great. Have you tried like watercolors, like painting? Is this a dream? Is this a dream? Is this a dream?
Will.
Okay, Jack, come on. Jack, it's time. Like at this Jack. There's no way you see that and let him continue doing this.
What happened in there?
He
I
lost.
got confused.
I've seen you confused and I've seen you upset, but I've never seen you afraid like this.
Go back in.
I saw the look on your face when you came out of that room. Now, what did you experience in there that you contaminated the crime scene? You've never done that before. You thought that you killed that woman in there?
You know, sometimes with what I do...
What? You extrapolate. You reconstruct the thinking of a killer. You don't think of yourself as the killer.
I got lost in
Kinda
the
what it does.
reconstruction.
But I am officially concerned about you.
Officially.
Yes, that's right. Just want to be careful with you. We don't want to break you here. Is that what's happening?
Yes.
Have I broken you?
Yes.
Do you have anyone that does this better unbroken than I do broken?
Will, why? Can we talk about how just like we're at episode 10? How just like my dog has found a toy. 7 episodes ago, Will was like vehement about how he doesn't want to do this, or it might have even been episode 1, how he doesn't want to do this. Even the fact that he is now defending his position and he wants to stay in this role should be alarming as F to Jack. And I really like Jack. You know that I really, really like Jack. But at the same point, I think that Jack might let him continue to do this up until that moment where Will does something really, really effed up. Because as long as, like, you know, like Will is saying, none of Will's mental state is official. I think the only reason that Jack would want Will to back off is if he thought that Will was hurting the ability to figure out what happened or to get a conviction. So I think that down the rabbit hole we go. The other team members, like the other people in the forensic team, they got to be a little bit like, what the fuck? Right? Like, I don't know, guys. She
drowned on her own blood. And what she didn't drown on is all over the floor and under the bed.
We sure that
He was trying to hide from them.
this?
Dragged her there. He was waiting under the bed for her.
Fought to claw her way out. Victim scratched her killer deep enough to pile tissue under the fingernails.
Looks like he was trying to pull her skin back.
What?
Like he was removing a mask.
Ew.
I can't remember seeing the crime scene before I saw myself killing her. There's a grandiosity to the violence that I imagined that feels more real. I remember cutting into her. I remember watching her die.
You must overcome these delusions.
Yeah, you know this isn't real, Will. You know it.
I caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror, and I looked right through me.
You have to honestly confront your limitations with what you do.
Oh.
And how it affects. What do you accept?
I know what kind of crazy I am, and this isn't that kind of crazy.
But if it isn't physiological, then you have to accept what you're struggling with. It's mental illness.
Which is nothing wrong. Plenty of people have mental illness. It's all about just making sure that you can live a happy, fulfilling life. And clearly you're not. So you should stop doing what you're doing. Also, the composition of that shot, they held it for just a second, but I really liked it. How Hannibal was standing upright and Will was like laying back, like he was giving into what he was saying.
So, Will, these headaches, when did they begin in earnest?
I just slowly became aware that I might not be dreaming.
Oh God, I hate MRI machines. They are living sarcophagi.
It's encephalitis.
That's your pre-diagnosis?
I could smell it. He started sleepwalking and I noticed a very specific scent.
Oh, that's what it was. When he smelt him.
A fevered sweetness. Yesterday, I asked him to draw a clock. This is what he drew. It is so rare to be able to study the psychological effect of this type of malady on a person's mind.
More rare still to be able to study the neurological effects.
What's going on here? What is this? I don't know. I sense something.
Right side of his brain is completely inflamed. What do you smell on me?
Opportunity.
Is there a treatment of any kind? Is he gonna kill him?
We didn't find anything abnormal. No vascular malformations, no tumors, no swelling or bleeding.
Holy fudge!
There's nothing wrong with you neurologically.
I don't know what to say, guys.
But we'll run some more tests.
I have to absorb this. I have to absorb this. So, like, does Hannibal have something on this guy? Does Hannibal have something on this guy that makes him, you know, like, Hannibal can be like, hey, you're not going to tell him? Or are they just both... Is he like Hannibal? Because, you know, like, isn't serial killer... I think they actually said it in, like, an episode or two ago. Like, surgeons are, like, really high up there on the whole psychopath serial killer list. Maybe he is also a serial killer. I don't know. There's something between this doctor dude and Hannibal. And, you know, I've said it before. I've said it several times. And I'm just going to say it now, like plain English, and y'all can have your opinions. Hannibal reads as extremely bisexual. He really does. Like, his relationships with other people, both men and women, seem to be incredibly intimate. So, like, I can't tell anymore. I really can't. I've got whiffs of it between Hannibal and Alana. I got whiffs of it between Hannibal and Will, between Hannibal and, what was his name? The piano killer dude. I can't think of his name right now. Now between this doctor guy, like, and yeah, I can't tell if the writers are doing it on purpose or if I'm just seeing it. But it's annoying the crap out of me. But at the same time, it makes for really good storytelling. I will say that. They're not going to tell Will, though. Like, is this a curable thing? I don't know what encephalitis describes a symptom, inflammation of the brain. It doesn't necessarily describe what's causing it. And they did mention something about receptors. I don't know. I'm not a neurologist. I'm not going to pretend that I know what they're talking about. But, like, is this something that's treatable? That they can, you know, I mean, I guess they're not going to, but if they don't, like, what's going to happen? Inflammation of the brain is kind of serious. And if it gets worse, like, they're not going to kill Will. We got seasons more to go. We got 2 more seasons. So then what does Will do when he realizes that Hannibal lied to him? Because, I mean, that's how this has to go. Like, eventually, okay, I'm gaming this out in my head. Eventually, Will has to find out that he has this condition. At which point, it's going to become clear that maybe this doctor lied to him, but not necessarily Hannibal. Ooh, because, yeah, Hannibal's not in the room, is he? Hannibal is not in the room while this is being said. So maybe he'll be able to tell Will that this doctor dude lied to him, and then they'll kill him together. That's just completely, I don't know. I'm still kind of stuck on the whole, like, Will is going to become a killer at some point, and they're going to be like a killer duo. Nonetheless, am I just making it up in my head? Am I just making it up in my head? Or is Hannibal incredibly intimate with multiple people? I really like that they called back the whole smelling thing, because I feel vindicated. I was right. Because when Hannibal smelled Bella, it was just like nothing, right? But then he smelled Will and there was something there. And good on the actor that plays Hannibal for being able to communicate that to the audience without actually saying a gosh darn word. All right, back to it.
You knew from the moment you walked into his classroom that you were putting Will in a potentially destructive environment.
I'd rather he go a little mad than other innocents lose their lives, and I think he would feel the same way. He will always fight his way back to himself.
Not always. So far. He saw a neurologist today. They found nothing wrong with him. He was very upset by that.
Also, I think I have to retract my statement that Hannibal cares about Will.
The problem Will has is too many mirror neurons. Supposed to help us socialize and then melt away. When you take him to a crime scene, Jack, the very air has screams smeared on it.
Yeah, I think Jack will push Will to the limits so long as he can continue to get productive work out of him. I wonder what would happen if Will does kill someone. Would that not really kind of call Jack's own, judgment into question? You're not going back to like relive the experience, right? Like how killers get off on reliving things. Oh, Will, this is so not a good look. Don't get in the bed. Please don't get in the bed. That was some Exorcist shit. Oh, it's 1 something. He's lost 2 hours. 2 hours, 3 hours, something about that.
It's 1:17 a.m.
Yeah.
We're in Greenwood, Delaware.
We?
You're alive!
Who is alive? You know very much she is dead. The killer? We talking about the killer? You know, girl, I don't think I would go someplace with Will by himself right now.
Jack? Why not the police?
I grabbed her arm, and an entire layer of dead skin separated from the underlying tissue.
What did you do with it?
Oh, God, it's real? She's real? This is real? Damn.
So she mutilated a woman's face because she thought it was a mask.
If I wasn't clear on that issue, I know I didn't kill Beth LeBeau.
You're the subject of a lot of speculation at the Bureau.
I can only imagine why.
That said, I feel relatively sane.
All right, let's go find the skin. Let's go find the piece of skin that you sloughed off.
You lost time again. Perhaps you would permit me to run some tests of my own.
You wouldn't publish anything about me, would you, Dr. Lecter?
Mm-hmm.
Have you considered Cotard syndrome?
He
It's a rare
thinks he's
delusional
dead?
disorder in which a person believes he or she is dead.
She couldn't see the victim's face, or she was trying to uncover it.
She can't trust anything or anyone she once knew to be trustworthy.
I don't think you could lose your entire, arm and survive. Right? Like, the entire skin on your arm? I don't know. Exorcist girl? That's what I'm going to call you, Exorcist girl, because that's what you look like.
You didn't kill Miriam Lass, the Chesapeake Ripper did.
It didn't feel that way to me. I pulled her out of a classroom, like I pulled you out of a classroom. I'm still just as responsible for you as I was for her.
I'll take my own responsibility.
Well, not for me, you won't. You still represent me.
Have I misrepresented you, Jack?
No. But you have me curious. Why are you still here? Let me tell you what I think. I think that the work you do here has created a sense of stability for you. I am bedrock. When you doubt yourself, you don't have to doubt me, too.
like to do projective conversation. Although I still would like to hear Will say why he is still here.
The difficult they are to obtain, the better.
Is that
It's a
fucking
distinction that adds an expectation of
deer?
quality. Are you referring to Will Graham?
You know you're fond of the rarefied. What makes him so rare?
Will has a remarkably vivid imagination. Imagination is an interesting accelerant for a fever.
How far does this go? Do you put out the fire?
Will is my friend.
Uh-huh.
He will put out the fire when it's necessary.
Oh, Hannibal. You're starting to scare me again. Oh, did you fall asleep, Will? How the heck do you fall asleep inside that machine? They are loud. Last time he was in the hospital, he saw that big deer. Did Hannibal kill the doctor, dude? And he's gonna blame it on Will? In order to push Will over the edge? Mother Mary of Jude. Wow. See, this is why you don't have MRIs at like midnight by yourself.
The murder weapon has the same sort of diseased or damaged tissues that we found at Beth LeBeau's house.
Georgia Mansion followed you here, and while you're ticking away in the MRI, she does this to your doctor.
She can't see faces. Maybe she thought he was me.
Maybe Will should have like a protective detail for a little while. Is she underneath your bed? Will, get up quickly. Get up quickly. Don't do this, Will. William! William!
I see you, Georgia. You're in Wolf Trap, Virginia. Your name is Georgia Madgen.
My life.
For now. I feel bad for her because I think she doesn't know which... Well, she also killed one innocent person and one very not so innocent person.
I'm more concerned about Will.
Thought you'd be more concerned about your colleague, Dr. Sutcliffe.
He's still desperate for an explanation that can make everything right again. I sincerely hope for her sake she doesn't remember much.
Whoa! Oh, it was Hannibal! It really was! That's... I wondered, and now we know. But she can't see him. Oh, come on! Oh, come on! So that was my reaction to episode 10, season 1 of Hannibal, and that was a lot. There was a lot in there. So, you know, I've said in the past episodes that I didn't think that Will was like the main character of this show, that the show doesn't focus on him a whole lot, but this was a very Will-centric episode. And, you know, we're diving deeper and deeper into his psychosis and his motivations and, you know, how he's changing throughout the season, even in just 10 short episodes. I really liked it. I loved the added element of disease that they're now bringing into this. So it's not just Will losing his mind. There is something physically going on with him. And honestly, like, I don't know how this plays out. Because now that the one doctor is dead, I do think that if Will finds out what he did in the future, Hannibal will just say that the doctor kept it from him, that Hannibal had no idea. But I'm almost surprised that Hannibal killed the doctor, because now if Will wants more answers, he might go to a doctor that is not under Hannibal's thumb for whatever reason. Unless Will just kind of gives up on the whole, there's a physical thing wrong with me versus a mental thing, maybe he will. You know, I really liked the point this is so just like a tangent, but I did really like the point that the mom made about how doctors treat the brain. No offense to neurologists or doctors out there, but what she said was incredibly true. Other systems in the body are very well understood, but neurological problems, when they arise, are almost always something that can only be managed. It can never be cured, in my experience. The brain is a very complex system that we know so little about how it does things. We have, speaking of watercolors, I said that earlier in the episode, we have such a muddy watercolor of how the brain actually works and does its thing. It's a big difference between understanding that the brain is made of neurons and understanding how the heck they function and fire together to create the experience that is being a human being. I liked Jack in this episode. He explored the reason why he's allowing this to happen to Will a little bit more. And I think that there's an interesting contrast between Hannibal and Jack. You have Jack, who is genuinely concerned that something is happening to Will, but very forthright in the fact that he doesn't mind it happening so long as it produces results. Whereas you have Hannibal, who is, I think, I thought that he was genuinely concerned, but now I doubt that a lot. I think that Hannibal is not genuinely concerned with what is happening to Will. He is, feigning concern, and he is not being forthright about the fact that he wants to see how far this will go and what results this produces. Overall, it's just a fantastic episode. I really loved it. I liked that they focused more on Will and his experiences versus the killer in this episode. There was a killer in the background, but she was very much in the background. She was not the focus of the episode. I liked that. A+ episode. Well, I would love to keep going and watch another one, but I've watched a movie and 2 episodes of a TV shows now, so I gotta stop and go about my day. If you would like to like, the full version will be in the description, and no more eating, people. Bye.